Okay, so the title of this one is Paradox Solved. And it's not any particular paradox that is being solved. Well, but it's kind of paradox itself. How does paradox arise and what is its purpose? So I'm just going to read this because I've spent 3 days meticulously going through this, and just like some of the other ones, it's very condensed and very precise, so I need to make sure that it is expressed accurately. So I'm just going to read this and maybe interject every now and then. All right, paradox solved. In order for paradox to be solved, it must be recognized that A. The medium through which paradox presents is that of symbol. These words that are things are symbols that represent non-physical ideas and systems of thought. In order for paradox to be solved, it must be recognized that B. Symbol is in a superposition of existing as both a physical thing and a non-physical thought. This statement is false, exists within the physical realm because I can see it and you can see it. And the statement also exists in the non-physical realm as a voice within consciousness. So I have a footnote here explaining how it's non-physical. The paradox solved theory assumes that the voice in your head, which is thought, mind, is non-physical. The senses of smell, touch, sight, hearing, taste constitute the physical realm. Thoughts constitute the mental realm, which is non-physical and is represented by quantum mechanics in the form of the wave function. Okay. It is imperative that the statement in question is recognized as being symbol, and that symbol is in a superposition of existing simultaneously in the physical realm of the senses, and in the non-physical realm of thought. Symbol is a special type of physical object in that interaction with it produces a non-physical phenomenon within consciousness. When looking at a three-dimensional tree, that interaction does not automatically produce a voice in your consciousness saying tree. However, the word symbol tree automatically produces a non-physical phenomenon to arise simultaneously with the sight of the symbol. This non-physical phenomenon is the voice in your head. Paradox arises within this statement is false because the symbols are explicitly revealing the state of superposition that is symbol itself. This statement points attention to the visual sense aspect of the symbols, is false then pulls that attention to focus exclusively on the thought aspect of the symbol. The concept/thought aspect of the symbol false relates to no phenomenon within the physical realm. Not to three-dimensional objects, not to the two-dimensional plane, nor the one-dimensional. Oops, I just knocked that over. That's what you get for buying a cheap tripod. nor to the linear one-dimensional symbol of language that exists within the two-dimensional plane. So what I'm getting at is that when you're reading, it's linear. Your attention is laser focused down, down, down into a linear, right? A physical object cannot be false. Only another thought can be false. This statement is false appears as paradox because the statement is referring to itself, which is symbol, which is in a superposition of existing as both a thing and a thought. The thought sensation paradox, like the feeling of experiencing paradox, is the feeling resulting in consciousness as its attention is pulled from the three-dimensional realm, right? So you're aware of the three-dimensional realm, through the two-dimensional realm that fell down over there, the screen or the page, and onto the one-dimensional linear realm that is the symbol of language. Attention that is laser focused on this one-dimensional realm will experience a non-physical phenomenon within consciousness, which is thought. So paradox appears so clearly and strongly with this statement is false, because within the span of 4 words, attention is directed away from the three-dimensional experience and onto a linear one-dimensional experience within a two-dimensional plane. Right? This is a two-dimensional plane, and the system of symbols that are on it is linear. You read it in a linear fashion, one-dimensional. Interaction with this one-dimensional realm generates a zero spatial dimensional phenomenon to arise within consciousness, which is the voice in your head. As symbol exists in a superposition of existing simultaneously as a thing and a thought, symbol is a portal connecting the physical and thought realms. And herein is the why. The blatant paradox revealed in this statement is truth / Kali explicitly exposing the spell that is cast, the magical sleight of hand trick that ignorance / Maya has used to mesmerize human consciousness. Simply put, this statement is false, is a lie. And due to Maya's subtle and persistent programming, human consciousness believes the lie. False generates an error, resistance, because the symbol false attempts to convince consciousness that the non-physical realm of thought is as real and substantial as the physical realm. The statement is, all statements are, a one-dimensional stream of information that is expressed upon a two-dimensional plane within a three-dimensional realm. The statement exists in the physical realm, but in a lower dimensional state than that of three-dimensional objects. The act of reading has a four-dimensional consciousness, narrowing its focus of attention onto a one-dimensional stream of information that produces a zero-dimensional, non-physical phenomenon, thought. In this way, the process of symbol is a portal connecting the three-dimensional realm experienced by human consciousness with the zero-dimensional, non-physical realm of thoughts. Through the use of symbol, Maya lures attention away from the three-dimensional experience of consciousness through the third, second, and singular dimension and onto the non-spatial dimension of thought. Tree is symbol representing a three-dimensional object that exists in a four-dimensional realm. this statement, written on the page, is symbol representing the linear one-dimensional symbol of language that exists in a two-dimensional plane. This statement is false is symbol that represents both the linear one-dimensional symbol of language and the zero-dimensional non-physical thought realm simultaneously. Maya has human consciousness believing via thought that false can apply equally to thoughts and sensations. But a sensation cannot be false. So consciousness that has seen through the artificially manufactured substantialness of thought itself sees not the paradox of two equally substantial realms battling over truth, but instead sees the process as the sleight of hand deception, the lie that Maya tells us in order to move consciousness deeper into delusion. So in order to recognize how paradox arises, we need to recognize that the superposition that symbol is in. And Maya is just convincing consciousness that the thought realm is as substantial and real and is a source of truth just as much as physical objects and the physical realm. And this fits in with the theory that we are in a phase transition period where human consciousness, where Maya is guiding human consciousness into the next iteration of samsara, which will be a completely non-spatial dimension reality. It'll all be time-based, I guess, thought-based, time-based. So that is the solution to the statement, this statement is false. If you recognize that thought inherently has no truth to it, then there isn't paradox, because the truth of just existence is a higher level of truth than thoughts.